Good morning. Hello, hello. Make sure you can hear me. Yep. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hola. Good to see you, Zaroff. How you been? And Luna, hello. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little EBCB. But we here. We up. We've been doing a lot of gaming with each other, my husband and I, after work. So I'm thinking I might be going back to morning streams whenever I can be awake this early. So we'll see how that goes. You're at work right now? I'm so sorry. It's 6:30 in the morning Central Time. Where are you that you have to be at work right now? That's ridiculous. I'm not very awake yet. The alarms started at 5 a.m. Had to kick the hubs out of bed because he had a work meeting to get to today. He needed to be early. Because I am more of a human in the morning than he is. I'm the one that has to be awake also so that I can push him out of bed. Also, I'm sorry that you have to work at 6 a.m., sir. That's far too early to have to work. You wake up at like 4:30 or something? Like, Jiminy Christmases. Why no egg? Give me egg. You're a boy, you don't give eggs. Oh, you gave me an egg. But you're asleep. We're gonna hatch this one. We're gonna add another chicken. Look at all these chickens. Oh, wow. I forgot how fast the cows grow. Listen, ma'am. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, I mean... Oh, alright. Well, I guess I'm hand feeding you today. Get your tuchus out. Fine. If you're gonna stand in your trough, I'm not gonna feed you. No. Oh, I guess I'm hand feeding you too. What? Oh, you okay. That would explain why you have to be up so early. Would you get out of your freaking trough so I can put food in it? Well, I'm sorry. Okay, you're all right. Everybody's asleep. Let's wake up now. Driving as we speak. Do not text and drive, sir. What? The heck? It's not worth it. Wake up, dude. Come on now, be awake. Take a few steps. Oh my god, just immediately passes the fuck back out. Honestly, same. Okay, now you're awake. Okay, good. Voice to text is acceptable. Thank you for being safe. Milk for everybody. Okay. Still snowing, so they're not coming outside. Oh, it's van day. Okay. I will not be mining today because I can't. That also means no one is where they're supposed to be, but that's okay. I will be collecting more things to sell. Muku Muku! Thank you for the lurk. Mofa. You can hear my dog barking from all the way over here. That's crazy. It's crazy. Bork, bork. Either that or that's some bird. Where is Matthew? He might be up towards the waterfall. He likes to go over there. Carter, gross. There he is. I knew it. I had a feeling. Enjoy, sir. Let me move me over out of the way. Boop. There we go. Fit for a king. I love this time of year. I'm so ready for the fall out here. We're finally out of triple-digit weather, at least for the next 10 days. So I'm really hoping that it gets cold soon. That would be nice. Let's see if there's any other flowers to collect. Yes, please, 60 and below. I want to wake up and be frigid. I want to get the mail and, like, have to bundle up. That's what I want. I'm ready. Hopefully, we actually get the rainstorm that's supposed to happen later this week. Over the past couple weeks, we've been supposed to get rainstorms, but it hits, like, every city but ours. It will, like, start in the main city, head our way, like, separate, go around us, and then hit the next city. It's so lame. I want rain, please, for more than 5 minutes. Please, I beg. $48.50, not bad. It's scared of me. I'm not scary. I don't bite. Wheeze. You want to rain? Yeah, if you want rain, draw a shit ton of three-legged turtles. Why three-legged? I'm confused. Superstition in the construction industry. Okay. I might just doodle some three-legged turtles. It's gonna snow again later. speed run the day. Going to bed at 1 in the afternoon, NBD. Can't do any digging because it's van day, so might as well. It's supposed to be relatively sunny today. Better not juke me. I'm gonna let all my animals out. Swear if I see snow all of a sudden, I'm gonna be upsetty spaghetti. Upsooter spagooter. You're asleep. Fine. Oh, an egg. Thank you. Be awake. No? Fertilizer. Apparently there's nothing in that square. Okay. Harvest any of these things yet? No. I wonder if I had something in that square and it just died. I don't know. I do not know. I should buy more fertilizer today. I think I will do that. Things must have died because I know I put things in all these squares. It's a lotus. Your animals can technically get dirty if you don't brush them. But I just brush them every day, so they never get dirty. Prevention. Ma'am, would you wake up, please? I need to collect milk. Open your dang eyes. Open them. I see you sleepwalking. Dirty cow, clean it up with orbits. Now that's all done. Okay, that's definitely a bird. It's not my dog. It's only out here. Oh, there's a tiny little rat dog outside the mine. Floor's tiny little rat dog. Sir, get in there. I need to do mining. Thank you. Slacker. I'm here early. What's your excuse? I would like to dig. That's what business I have here. Don't tell me you have a start time. Yep, 10 a.m. is your start time, apparently. Amazing. Let's dig in these holes a little bit. Whip! A coin. Get out of my way. One more. Give me the coin. Nope. Give me the coin. Give it to me. Not quite. You're just gonna make me dig even more, huh? Good lord. Thank you. Ooh, something shiny. Maybe it's a fork. It is a fork. Yay me. Another fork, maybe? Yes. Woohoo! It may be one of those weird statues. I try to guess by the little dots that come up in the dirt. It was a little statue. Something peculiar. Ooh, another statue. Oh my goodness, give me the dang statue, please. There we go. Stockpile for the next van day. Give me all the money. If I'm not mistaken, I think every hole should have something in it. It's just a matter of how far you dig down for it. There we go. See? I knew. I knew. Fork? Fork. I'm gonna have so many forks by the time Van gets here. I'm gonna make hella bank. I'll be rich. That's what she said. Listen, I know a thing or two. Please give me the treasure. I might have to give up on this one. I don't know how long my patience lasts. Spoke too soon. See? I need to be more patient. a coin for me. Thank you very much. Mr. Carter, sir. Yo, frick off. Man, I started digging at the very beginning of their day at 10 a.m. and it's already 3:15 and they stopped digging at 5 and I don't know if I'm gonna get to all of the holes in time. That's just hilarious to me. Flora left. She's like, I'm out. I'm done. It's 'cause I'm doing all your work for you. Damn. I'm the only one actually digging around here. Now, Flora paws at the ground occasionally. Carter just looks. Isn't. I'm trying. I'd be faster if it would give me the things in the holes. Then I can move on to the next one. But some of these dang holes take a bunch of digs. It's ridiculous. Here we go. Amazing. I'm actually gonna make it. Look at that. I did it with 30 minutes to spare. I have gotten all of the things. Yes! All done! Whatever, I'm gonna keep it then. I'm gonna give it as gifts to Daryl. Oh, thank you for applause. I completely forgot I had that sound alert, and I'm like, why is the game clapping at me? I am so confused. Oh, it might be too late to buy fertilizer. I forgot. Are you still selling things? Yep, it's too late. It's fine. Oh, Nina and Pui are having a little conversation. Oh! Thank you, Luna. Oh! Oh! Oh, I already gave you one. Goodness gracious, is it cold today? Though I must say, it's better here in Forgotten Valley than other places. Oh, she's had a dream. What's your dream? Well, you're in for a treat. It happened one night at the end of summer, you see. There were 3 little people with long, long ears. Oh, she's seen the sprites. One wore red, one wore blue, and one wore yellow. Perhaps they were the spirits of the forest. How dare you? Say, excuse me. They took me to their treehouse and showed me a tiny pot they sat by the back wall. They told me its name was Mr. Potson. They said Mr. Potson was special, but I can't recall much else. Odd, isn't it? I wonder if they were trying to tell me something. Mr. Potson. Hello, Pui. Here's money. Oh god, the 4G. Yes. Oh, I wanted to find Daryl. Please be at home. Please will be off gallivanting somewhere. Oh, flowers. I see flowers. There you are. You are gallivanting, but I at least stopped you. Woohoo! I need him to give me the seed maker So I need him to like me. I don't actually care about his friendship, per se. Good morning, Lydia. Or afternoon, or whatever time it is for you. How are you? That child is running laps through the forest. Can't ever be me. Wouldn't be me. I wouldn't do it. No, thank you. I don't run. I used to. I might again one day, but right now, I do not run. Here we go. I am also a bit tired. I have been up since 5, and I hate it. But it is what it is. Excuse me. No surprise eggs. No surprise eggs. I'm doing well, Luna. How are you? How was your flight? Actually, good. Not too bumpy, I hope. Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Whee! Doing a little dance, apparently. Sunny. Today, Starlight concert at 6 p.m. as long as the weather stays good. Alright. Looking forward to that. Ooh, I have strawberries today. Ooh, and carrots. And maybe turnips? We're about to find out. What are you doing out here? Over here. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, I can shear my sheep today. Ooh, golden egg. Amazing. Thank you. Bah. As you should, Luna. As you should. Take that nap. It's gonna be the best nap. Wake up, you dang sheep. Always sleeping when I'm trying to take care of you. Very rude. Will you wake up now? My God, please wake up. There we go. Woke up at 6:50, stayed up till 7 the next morning. Ew. Now he's naked. It's hilarious. Almost carrot time. yet? No. At least I got strawberries. That's cool. That sounds horrid. Did you have like a red-eye flight or something? You just tortured yourself. Okay, that's all taken care of. Egg? No. Egg? Yes, golden egg number 2. Hell yeah. Ooh, and golden wool. Amazing. I have to remember not to go to sleep too early because tonight is the festival. I will be spending the day digging again. That's a good way to pass the time. And stockpile things to sell to Van when he comes back. Ooh, there's already hella things poking out of the ground. Love that for me. Let's get started. We'll get this square. We'll get this square. There we go. I have determination. I just keep spamming the button. I don't stand up as slowly or for as long. Harder. Quit being a weirdo. I'm really excited to see if my memory is correct and this dig site expands next year. Because things do change in year 2. So we'll see how that all goes. Amazing. Whoop! Oh! Thank you, Luna. Oh, nice. One dig and that's all I needed. I love that. One moment. Muting. I'm so sorry. Thank you for all the redeems, Luna. Had to blow my nose, and then I took a drink and almost died. So, apologies. Merry Christmas. Happy Chrysler. Merry cranberry sauce. Stress up Lumi time. I'm not mad about it. That's why they're there. Carter? It's the way I'm like glaring at him. Thank you. Well, it's me. Oh my, can we not stare at each other, please? It's weird. Carter. I'm like, fuck off, dude. Get the fuck out of my face. Sir. It's not that serious. Happy Halloween! Oh, goodness. What in the... Oh my god. Carter really needs to just get out of my face. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm dead. You killed Christmas. Oh, you made me T-pose. You broke me. Luna, you broke me. It got confused. T-pose. What? Why am I this again? What happened? I didn't see that redeem. Oh, you've confused the fuck out of it now. Or maybe there was just a delay in the outfit changes? I don't know. We'll see how long this lasts. We'll see how long this lasts. It should put itself back to normal, theoretically. We'll see. We'll see. It's supposed to stay the costume for like a minute before changing back, so we'll see. Well, I already was this one, and then I was Christmas, and then I was Halloween, and then he threw things at me, or no, I was Halloween, then Christmas, then he threw things at me while it was Christmas, and then it got confused, but it went back to normal, and now I'm this again. It's possible. I don't know, I don't think it's going back to normal. Let's see if I can force it. Oh! Maybe this will reset the timer. We'll just give it. We'll let it try. Thank you for head pat. Oh. Sir. My emotions. More head pats, thank you very much. I do love head pats. Oh! And I'm being squished while head pat. And I'm backwards. Oh! My neck! Luna, you're gonna have to stop breaking me, please. What the hell? What in the world is happening? Oh. Oh, and now I'm back to this. Why am I this? Why? Okay, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna choose the avatar. Where's my avatar? Whoop, that's not the, okay, yeah, actually. Number 1, there we go. No more break. No more break. Fuck off. I need this coin before you time out. He just looks like he's taking a shit constantly. Long car ride. I'm so sorry. Carter just ominously stares and takes shits all day while you're digging. That's how he operates. Okay, so the festival is in about one in-game hour. It's over at Gustafa's yurt. Always give me money. I think it does something good, if I am not mistaken. His little ears move when he smiles. It's very cute. I wonder if I like just wait over here for 6 p.m. if it'll just throw me into the event. IDK. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so let's see what I gotta do. How to trigger. Instead of Pui, give me money. No, me! Give me the money. I like leave my house? Oh, I gotta be in my house. There we go. Got a sec? We're about to start the concert. Care to join? One of our annual get-togethers, you see. We all head over to Gustafa's yurt and enjoy a night of music under the stars. Although it was not dark when yeah. It wasn't dark, but now it is. By the way, has anyone caught your eye yet? Absolutely. Just wondering, these sorts of things are more fun when you've got someone to step to the beat with, you know? Plus, Molly wouldn't stop going on about it. A night like tonight's the perfect time to ask someone out on a date, or so she says. Where's Matthew? Where is my Matthew? There he is! My boy! My man! You here for the Starlight concert too? Let's watch it together. Oh, he blush. Oh, he's so cute. I'd die. Don't know if watching it with me will be all that fun, but if that's what you want. Absolutely. You do not give yourself enough credit, sir. It's just us. It's our annual get-together. Okay. Everyone finally showed up. Oh, even the sprites and the Yeti. That's so cute. Looks like everyone made it, so it's time to get this thing started. Let's chill out to some music under a sea of stars. That's our local hippie. That's how we dance, is by swinging our arms, apparently. Oh, it's pretty, and it's over. Almost, maybe. So cute. Time to wind this thing down. I want to thank all of you for showing up today. If you liked it, come around again next year. Oh, look. Meteor shower. Cute. Wow, now that's a lot of shooting stars. May as well make a wish, right? Oh, he's cute. His smile. What about you? Do you have anything you want to wish for? I want Matthew and I to grow closer. You feel like you've grown a bit closer to Matthew. Look at him, look at me. I kind of want to know what you wish for now. Wait, what am I saying? When you make a wish, you're not supposed to tell anyone about it. Forget I asked. I just hope we can do this again next year, too. I hope the interactions are different when you're finally married. I don't remember. Oh, I see bees. We're gonna call the horse. Alright, everybody. Time to go to bed. In you go. And in you go. This is the music that's supposed to be playing. It's the quiet winter. Nothing like scam text messages. The UPS package has arrived at our warehouse but cannot be delivered because blah blah blah. You lie. I didn't order anything. It's supposed to be sunny. So everybody can come back out. Are they all in there? They are. You're asleep. You're awake. No egg. They are. They're trying real hard. Most of them are pretty dumb. It's the smart ones you gotta worry about. Right, it's like they just smashed their face on their keyboard and went, that's a good email. My favorites are the ones that are like, oh, your Amazon package, your account, da-da-da, but it's like being sent to the, not the email that is associated with my Amazon account. So it's like, not inclined to believe you, but also your email looks like a child did it. And it's always like a text message from an email. Like, ridiculous. Yeah, I get that one quite often. I also get that UPS or USPS package one. Not the Bitcoin. I get the your package is stuck in the warehouse one quite often. That one was from a +44 country code phone number. Like, why, if you're telling me about the US postal mail, why does your phone number start with +44? Like, what? I definitely believe you, out of country phone number. Water? No. Cannot harvest any of these yet. Okay. Do you have any eggs now? You do. One. You're asleep. Golden egg. Yay. No, I don't want the chicken. I think new requests are on the board today. They are. Meal deserves eggs. She just wants eggs, okay? And fish. Okay. That I can do. Okay, who needed what? Romana needs the egg. Flora needs the fish. Okay. I don't know when I'll be able to get Flora her fish. I'll see if I can give it to her while she's in the dig site. Oh, excuse me. Ah. A little eepy. Well, well, well. That's a pretty deep well. Oh, Nina. Going on our nice little walk.
Oh. Oh.
Mr. Potts of... I don't know if she'll take it. Oh, yeah, okay. Your request. Strawberry seeds, which I don't even think I can plant, but we'll see.
Oh.
Bound to improve with how much she practices. And I have autumn to spring. Okay, they will grow. Okay, cool. Much faster. Will you take it? Your request. Amazing. A thing I can pick in the wild. Very cute. I will not be digging today. I think I will be speedrunning today. I'm gonna plant these straws. I may go actually buy another strawberry seed and some fertilizer, and then I will plant.
Hey!
One. No. 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 Keep pressing buttons. Want fertilizer. Thank you. Can't tell if my cats are being gremlins or not. I'm gonna BRB while an ad plays, and I'll be right back. Take this chance to stretch, get something to drink, a snack perhaps. Burb. I don't know why I did that. What? Lydia, I did it again. Please be kind to me, okay? Okay?
No judging. No
Okay,
judging.
alright?
Alright.
Ada, ada.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
And then. Ooh, woo. You're welcome.
Okay.
They are blushing right now. Oh my god. Oh,
Yes. Okay. Now I'm searching.
I told you I'd give you a free one.
I appreciate.
Where's that Kofi link again?
Where's that decisive strike again? Where's the, flashbangs, Lightborn,
Maybe it's a cracked village.
It's me. Sleepy, get your butt in here. Get your butt in this room.
Can you not?
Give me them cheeks.
We're doing it. You want to do this on stream? You want to do this on stream right now? Huh?
Of course.
You want to do this on stream?
Of
You wanna
course.
Have a slap fight on stream?
Bring it on. I have hands. I have actual
Okay.
hands. Get it.
Stop! Stop! Dude, stop! Thank you for that. My name is Sleepy Boy, and I will be
Link squished me with an anvil.
I will be accepting nominations for my Tony soon.
What are you doing?
Babe, we're out of Pop-Tart.
Thanks, honey. Everybody have a good night. Go show Crane some love. And I will be back on Wednesday with more Assassin's Creed. You're amazing.
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Goodbye, everybody. Okay, well.
Got Mori. Oh no, did he bring an Ebony Mori?
I don't know. Is it hidden?
Yeah, that guy might.
I had space. I had space.
Yeah, he brought an Ebony Mori, or maybe that's his power.
Oh!
Level 3 thing.
No, he only has tier 2 right now.
He's.
Might be an add-on.
Wow.
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Damn, Lumi.
Blunt force trauma through the freaking chest.
Don't worry me, Dad. He's looking away.
Dad.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Why am I already hurt?
Ooh, it's the way I don't remember how to play this game.
Bestie?
Yeah, what's going on?
What is the? Why am I already hurt? Oh, it's the way that I forget.
Ayo.
The fuck? It stops following the beat and follows the lyrics instead. No. Hello? No, my brain doesn't do that. Nope. Hello? What? That's why I don't do extreme mode, Benny. That's why I don't do it. Should be in the dashboard under the extension for free. Someone go find it. Yes. I have. Hello. I have returned. I have muffin. Welcome back. Welcome back to me. I'm speedrunning the day. Everybody back inside. Oh, congratulations, Luna. You've survived. Okay, I need to put chicken feed in there. Don't have any in my pockets. Okay. $7,800. Stunning. Make sure they all have food. Since I'm putting them away at 1:30 in the afternoon, I at least want to make sure they eat. I don't know how long they have to be outside before they eat something. Better safe than sorry. Speed run. I'm not even gonna bother to take them out. We speed running. I can go harvest carrot. That's gonna get. That's it. Okay. Oh, did I run out of water? Yep. Technically, I should be doing this all the time, but I keep forgetting. Thank you for egg. Wake up. Thanks for nothing. No egg. You're a rooster, so you're just here. There we go. You're just here. You make the fertilized eggs, I guess. I guess you have a purpose. They had their breakfast. Oh, nice. A trash bin. I think I'm just gonna keep speedrunning. Tomorrow is van day. I'll at least get to sell what I have in my pockets. Aw, Nina and... I forget what her husband's name. Oh, my chick! My chicken hatched! A girl! What should we name this one? I know Luna is busy and Lydia has a delay, so what should we name this chicken? Lydia, I saw your chat message, and I was like, yes. I will be naming the chicken Bitcoin. Fan day. Okay, no speed running the day quite so early. No, nothing to harvest quite yet. Bitcoin. Egg. Yes, the Bitcoin. Hilarious. Grr, wake up. Max LP with 3 animals. Look at me go. Egg. No egg. What are the animals with max LP? Burger doesn't have max. None of them have max. Is it all my chickens? It is, it's chickens. My chickens love me, they really love me. Can I harvest? Why can I not? What are they, max level or something? Weird, it won't let me fertilize the turnips. Let's pet some fodder. No rhyme or reason, just slice. you. Yep. Okay, I need Van to hurry up and set up shop. I want to finish year 1 this morning. I will also stand out here waiting. Everyone walks so slow. Please. Get to your post. Please set up, sir. Thank you. Good lord. I just want to sell things. Give me money. $58.40. I'll take it. Not as much as I wanted, but it's better than nothing. To sleep I go! Speed run! Speed run! Give me that fucking money! Nothing is happening today, right? No. There was a delay. I thought I was gonna see a cutscene and I got disappointed. Ooh, golden egg. Amazing. And a regular egg. Also amazing. Pick up, not chicken. Pick up egg. Thank you. Can I harvest any of you? Yes, I can get the turnip. Those are not... Hello? Why won't you let me do things normally? Oh, because they're different... fertilization levels. Because we have S tier, top tier, and A tier. That's why I couldn't fertilize them anymore, because they were already S tier. Need to start stocking up on higher quality veggies for when I get the seed maker. Then I could just make high quality seeds. Someone didn't eat her dinner. Oh.
The and go is now following.
Thank you for the follow, the and go. I appreciate that. Welcome to the galaxy. Please enjoy your follower emotes. And I hope you're enjoying the vibes. How are you doing this fine Tuesday morning? Enough. Need to buy more fertilizer today. Oh, nice. Well, thanks for choosing me. We just vibing on this early Tuesday morning. Oh, I'm out of water. The fraud. Oh, you're a fraud investigator. Nice. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I do be getting fraudulent text messages. And I laugh at them as I delete them because I am not that stupid. How they all look like a small child just kind of bashed a keyboard to make an email. Yeah. Good times. It never stops. The sale of your personal data on the internet is an epidemic in itself. I've definitely fallen for it in the past. Sometimes they just look too convincing. But now I know not to put in my password on links that I click. Somebody tried to steal $4,000 that I don't have. But it caused my account to be frozen for like a week and stuff like that. You know, in your 20s, you're a little dumb. My husband enjoys wasting scammers' time as well. He's a big fan of Jim Browning and all the other YouTubers that screw with scammers. There we go. Feed me, please. It's okay. Same. In my 30s, still kind of stupid sometimes, but at least not for scammers. Medicare and Medicaid, yeah. Oh, I need to buy fertilizer. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I forgot. They like bought a phone and shit with all your info.
Hey!
Yeah, some of the job ones are pretty convincing. Fertilizer, please. Oops, I am done shopping, actually. Thank you. Just wanted a job. It's okay. I get it. Totally get it. Can I just push you in with that? You just... No, you don't open doors? Okay. Gotta let him out to let him back in. There we go. Ooh. Okay, big flowers, but I can't pick it yet. There we go. Everything's fertilized, watered. Speedrun. Bedtime. Yeah, thank you so much for chiming in, and thanks for the lurk, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you around. Sleep. I sleep. I dream of the spring. Okay, today's the last day of year 1. Let's speedrun this shit. There's no festival or anything. Golden egg for me. And a regular egg, also appreciated. They didn't eat their freaking dinners. They're supposed to eat the second trough of fodder at night, but I guess they just didn't. Which is weird behavior, and I don't know what it means. Schnoogle. A schnoogle. Not even touching the cow, but it worked. I don't question it. I just take my milk and I go. My leg itches. Okay, I get it. I think I'm gonna have to wait a little bit later in the day today to make sure that I pick everything that I can pick. Because I think some of these might die out by tomorrow and I don't want to waste it. So I'm gonna see if like waiting till the afternoon makes a difference or something. I think I'll go fishing this time to pass the time. I have not gone fishing at all this season. That was weird. She do be glitching sometimes. Go. Okay, fishing time. Fishing time. Duke. A fish. Come on. Got it. Damn, it's feisty. A huge wakasagi. Love that for me. Amazing. I'm a pro fisher. A regular wakasagi. It's a tiny wakasagi. I have one of each size now. I'm gonna go fish somewhere else. Gotta catch 'em all. Wakasagi. My horse can jump these, but I cannot. It's the middle of the winter, but I'm gonna go stand in the ocean to fish. Amazing. We're just gonna pretend I'm wearing waders. Or whatever those rubber pants are called that fishermen wear. Fish pants! I'm wearing fish pants. Whoop. Ah, boop. A little scad. Can I get all 3 sizes of scad? May I? Ah. It's another small one. Fishy, fishy. Ooh, is it big? Is the shadow an indicator of the size of fish? Give me the exclamation. I'm about to press the button. The longer it takes, the more I'm itching to press the button. Ooh, it's a fighter. A huge scad! Alright. Now I just need a regular size scad. And then I can find somewhere else to fish. Please. Give me. Exclamation! Woo! Fishing is kind of stressful. A regular size scad. Look at me. Well, good morning, Toxic Shark. How are you? Welcome back, friend. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing? Fish in the pond. Ooh, what's your weather? Oh, fish. Ooh, rainy. I'm jealous. We're supposed to get some rain. Bucket mouth bass. Okay. Later this week. Maybe tomorrow? Let me check. The weather around here literally changes like every day. And the forecast also changes every day. So let's see what it says right now. Right now, it's supposed to rain Thursday through Saturday, but only like a 30 to 40% chance. What's the price? Oh goodness! We're finally out of our triple-digit weather here too. So excited. Bucket mouth bass. I don't know if these come in multiple sizes. Lydia, you forgot to check in and collect your star? How dare you? You almost have 100 stars. I am impressed and thankful. #1 mod. Oh, a squooshed. Not squooshed. A smacked. Thank you very much. Where's another body of water? The forest. Doo -doo. Oh, and I fished in the river already. Can I harvest? It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. Can I harvest? Did anything grow? I'm really scared about things dying tomorrow. Okay, these reached the next level. I can't harvest anything yet. I'm upsetty spaghetti. Alright, well, we'll waste a little bit more time and see what the afternoon brings, like the late afternoon. Do I listen to manga? I read manga, and I watch anime. But I can't say that I've listened to manga, like audiobook style. Because I know some of them have, like, dramatic OSTs or whatever they're called on audio versions. I was gonna say on CD, but who really does CDs anymore? Oh, I was just gonna go fish. I was gonna go fish. Fishy fish. No bucket mouth bass, please. Give me something different. Give me something good. I'm not like an avid manga reader. There's only a few series that I own and have dabbled to read. Wakasagi, okay. Nothing different. I'm gonna sell the huge Wakasagis and keep the regular ones. Oh, really? People are reading manga to their viewers? That's cool. Fun little picture book reading session. That's cute. Oh, excuse me. Huge. We'll keep regular sized and the small. We'll even keep some bucket mouth bass. Oh, okay, I did got some little bucket mouth bass. Oh, I can't sell fish? Okay, then I will just keep all of the fish. Then. Pew. Oh, that's cool! I was not aware that that was a thing. Okay, so they've progressed to the next level, but I still can't. Hello! Still can't harvest anything. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what dies tomorrow. I'm kind of sad about it. But let's close out year 1, shall we? Let's see what I get in year 1. Or year 2. Let's see what I get. Let's see what happens. Spring 1. Year 2. We're gonna save. I'm excited. Go to sleep. Okay, let's see. What's gonna happen? I'm dreaming about Daryl's science lab. Oh, I'm running somewhere. Any manga stories on YouTube and you see many people have story read out loud and then they bring you into the story. That's sick! I'll have to look that up. Am I going to collect my husband? Aw, this is cute. I've come to collect you, my man. Morning, Lumi. Take good care of Matt, you hear? His only fault is that he's constantly overthinking things. Yellow cinnamon. Less farm. Let's go. Seriously, Vesta? Well, everyone in Forgotten Valley is champing at the bit for the two of you to swing on by. Better hustle and tell them that you're married now. We didn't have a wedding, we're just parading around town now. Thanks for everything, Vesta. I didn't stay with you very long, but I had a good time. Wouldn't trade it for anything. What are you going on about, silly? Acting like we'll never see each other again. I live right up the road, don't I? And that ain't changing anytime soon. Now go on and be happy, little bro. Cece, I have to thank you too. Don't get caught up with any weirdos, alright? Matt, you silly goose. I'll be just fine. Don't you worry. Anyway, congratulations to the both of you. Did you really need to end it on that note, Matt? Don't mind him, Lumi. Go on and live your happily ever after. Knowing the two of you, you'll overcome any bump in the road together. We are such a great couple. Well, take care, you two. I'm into a 5-hour video that has 30 chapters all put together into one. Wow. Oh, thank you for the meteor shower. Cecilia looks so sad and worried. She's the love rival. She's sad. Good, he's mine. Matt's mine. Making a mess with my muffin over here. Crumbly muffin. There we go. Look out! Uh-oh. I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna dodge. I can't dodge. Oof. Ow. I am deceased. Thank you. Oh, my neck broke again. VTuber Plus has been hilarious lately. I don't exactly know why my neck is broken, but it is. Let's see if I can fix it. Is there a reset? Nope, that doesn't do it. Maybe I do this, and then this. There we go. You broke my neck, shark. Home sweet home. Muffin. Okay, last stream VTuber Plus kept crashing and not working. Today it keeps breaking my neck. By the way, Matthew, what are you gonna call Lumi now? Oh. He's gonna call me Mama, and I will hear nothing from any of you about it. Because I'm Mama Lumi, okay? Lumi, come here a sec. The sprites! Hey, Lumi. We wanted to ask you to do something. Would you and your partner come to the spring? Yes, because whatever it is, it's gonna be cute. Hey, yo, baby girl! Yo, mamas! We worked really hard to get it ready. By the spring, we've got... Oh, he almost spoiled the secret. No, it's supposed to be a surprise. All right, Anyway, you gotta come to the spring with your partner, okay? We'll be waiting for you. We'll be waiting. I'm the only one that can see the harvest sprites, so I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. By the way, you're pretty upbeat about this little walk to the forest. Any particular reason why? I mean, I don't mind, but now I'm curious. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Jess. Good morning. Oh, you didn't sleep? Huh? Oh, look! It's so cute! Look how cute! Jessica! This is gorgeous.
Hagster Place rated with 21 viewers.
Hello, Raiders! Welcome! Hagster, thank you so much for the raid. Me shout out. Everybody go follow Hagster. He is a fellow Respawn recruit. And he's pretty damn cool. What is it? Hagster Place. There we go. There we go. Everybody go follow him. Everybody go follow. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Mama Lumi. I'm a galaxy goddess. I try to be cozy, but I turn into a chaos gremlin, and that's because chat doesn't let me be cozy. But anyway, I have a raid video for you. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out this time. So sit tight. And Jess, I will answer that question after the raid video. So give me 1 second. I don't have a stream deck button for that. Let me just do this manually. Ready? Set. Go. Yes. Welcome to stream or something. Oh, not the puke for good measure. Excuse me, I apologize. I forgot where I was. Squawk! Besties, if you want me to RR in your ear, $5 please, thank you.
Howdy, y'all. Aura.
Ooh, oh, I forgot, I'm ninja. Anyway, first stream and already bullying the streamer. He fits right in, honestly. It's Boba. Tapioca pearls. I'm riding on balls, Crane. Is that what you want me to say? Oh, no! Welcome back for— oh, my neck! This keeps What? Wait a second. God Lord. I have broken my neck so many times today. There we go. Welcome back from raid video. Thank you so much for the follow, Sure Charles. I appreciate you. Jess, to answer your question, Respawn Recruits is a thing that I'm doing right now. The company Respawn Products, they make things like gamer chairs and stuff like that. They are having a little competition to bring on, I think, like 5 new partners. And I am in the running. I am in top 200. They make the cut for top 150 this afternoon. So I am hoping that I make it in. Fingies crossed for me and Hagster and honestly everybody else. It sucks to see anybody go. But if the 100 things didn't happen when you... Okay, I will refund your 100 things. Boop. Refunded. There we go. So fingers crossed. Cinnamon is also in the running. Hagster's in the running. We're all very excited and terrified, and we find out later this afternoon if we all make it in. And, oh, please don't break my neck again! And so, yeah, Respawn Recruits. Did that answer your question, Jessica? I hope. If my neck breaks again, so help me. I'm trying to have a wedding here, you guys. Neck? Are you okay? Are we okay? Nope, we're not okay. Why does this keep happening? Oh, my lord. Boop. Boop. I don't know why that keeps happening. VTuber Plus, never broken, always 100% works, every time. Our cute little forest wedding. Thank you for the head pat. You did all this, Mama? He calls me Mama, don't ask questions. So that's why you wanted to go for a walk. Thank you, I mean it. This is incredible. The tequila and shit. Man, I don't have a good friendship with tequila anymore, okay? Too old. Oh no. Your friends helped you out with it? If you say so. I have friends. What's that supposed to mean? I have friends. You know, this reminds me of a book I read about weddings. All the pictures in it look so dreamlike. Never thought I'd actually experience it for myself. I'm just pretending I'm not dying right now. And there goes my neck again. I really don't understand why this keeps happening. Y'all, stop breaking my neck. I, Matthew, hereby vow to be your husband, to stand by your side and support you through the good times and the bad. What, Charles? What? No, VTuber Plus, like, was freezing the other day and, like, not working, so I'm blaming...
Wifey_of_SLC_Reaper is now following.
Thank you for the follow, wifey! I appreciate you. Welcome to the galaxy. Please enjoy your follower emotes. And the chaos. He's giving me his vows, and you guys are breaking my neck. What is this? Matthew is hot. Matthew, best man. I swear to love you and believe in you, no matter what challenges lie ahead. Together, we'll build a healthy, peaceful household filled with joy. What's about to happen, Charles? What? What? Attract all the wives. I mean, I am mommy, so... Why does my husband look like a professor from Pokemon? Listen, I didn't design... Oh, my face. I didn't design him, okay? Charles is trying to break my neck again, you guys. And so... I am Noodle. I am Noodle. Oh, that one was in my face. 5 times? Probably? Yep, number 5. Mambo number 5. Broken neck. No! Let me refund that because I changed my model halfway through. You can have that one back. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. I, Lumi, pledge the same. Hands. Oh, my face. Sorry, that was kind of embarrassing, but thank you, Mama. Well, I couldn't have asked for a better ceremony. It wasn't embarrassing, it was cute. The crowd after Mambo 4 hearing about Mambo number 5. You're like, please, no, make it stop. Make it end. Can't wait to find out what sort of life we'll lead together. This was supposed to be romantic, you guys. Keep breaking my neck. Blush. What, am I pregnant already? No. Oh, right. Families usually get bigger, huh? Ours might grow someday, too. Suddenly, he's embarrassed. So, this is just a what if, but what if we did have another family member? Oh. Yeah, I'd be happy with either. You're right. It'd be great to just have a kid. I hope that day comes. Oh, it will. I just don't know how fast. Gotcha. Oh, gotcha! Just kidding. PG-18. We'll ask for you. If we ask, something wonderful bound to happen. Don't interrupt them, you guys. You gotta be quiet. You're yelling too, Heart. Yeah, but you're yelling even louder, Jack. Oh, they're fighting. They're doing the stick. You're both way too loud. I'm the only one that knows they're there. Name it Lydia. I bet. What's wrong? You're so weird today, though I guess I can't blame you. I still feel like I'm on cloud 9 too. Thank you so much for today. This has to be the highlight of, well, my entire life, really. I won't ever forget it. I know it's kind of cliche, but I hope we live happily ever after. He is so adorable. I am deceased. Look it. Thank you so much for the tab up. Have a great day at work, Hagster, and thanks again for the raid. Several years later. How many years? If you get a first child, name it Splat. I don't think I need to explain that one. You only get one child. How many years passed between one and two? Hey, old friend. How have you been? Maybe a question like that doesn't mean much. Bless you, Shark. Thank you for sneezing all over my face. It doesn't mean much where you are now, but I'm asking anyway. Did I, like, lose out on all my crops or something? The house expanded. Your daughter's doing you proud. The farm's in good shape. I have a kitchen. Like an actual kitchen. And my husband is hungry. No, I'm the daughter. I don't know if I've had a daughter or a son yet. After they got married, the happy couple built themselves a new kitchen. Matthew seemed pretty excited about it. I think it's a boy. I think it's a boy. I think if it was a girl, she'd have pigtails, but I'm not certain. But look at his little face! Look how cute! Grandson. Your grandson's starting to learn how to talk. Cute as a button, that kid. Now, what was his name again? Okay, I would like a normal name for my son, please. Help me name my son a normal name. Please. I have 8 characters to work with. It's not gonna be Splat, Jessica. It's not. Okay, Cody's a good choice. Okay. I think there is a Cody already, actually. Cody is a character in this game already. Hawkinson. Lucas. Okay, that's a nice name. Samuel, Bear. Tony Hawk, one word. Not the Tony Hawk. Kevin. I like Lucas. But I'll make a poll. Well, we're gonna make a poll real quick. I'll put the normal names in there. Hi, my name is Tony Hawk. Chub. Oh, Noah, that's a good choice. Okay. Help me. Please be able to pick something. Help me vote, please. There is no Tony Hawk, Jessica. That's not a normal name. Tony Hawk, one word. Not Lydia being too delayed for the poll. So far, it's a tie between Lucas and Kevin. Lydia, if you don't see the poll, help me break the tie. I don't know if that's a setting that I have to do. I will name my animals crazy names, but I do want my child to have a normal name. Okay, Lydia. Lucas or Kevin, you're the tiebreaker. Yes, I will check DMs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Amazing. Thank you, Jess, for sharing that with me. You voted? Damn. Okay, now I need a tiebreaker poll. We're gonna make a tiebreaker poll because we're all indecisive here. Name? Lucas? Kevin. Okay, go. Please be no tie this time. Please be more decisive. Don't make me make the choice. I'm bad at choice. Jess, that's a threat. I'm so sorry for your mobile lag, Lydia. Do not abuse your power, Lydia. The last minute vote. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna make the tiebreaker. I'll just say Kevin. There was a lot of in-chat votes for Kevin. We'll go Kevin. There we go. Confirm. Kevin? Yeah, that was it. Kevin, the little boy who really takes after Matthew. Every parent's got aspirations for their kid. Makes me wonder what kind of dreams Lumi and Matthew have for this one. Yes, Lydia? I'm sorry, Lydia. There was more vocal request for Kevin. Matthew is my husband. There goes Pui. Don't leave. Mama, up. Look at him. He's so fucking cute. I've been abandoned. Playing with Mama, huh, Kevin? Lucky you. I already have Hey, Mama. What would you say to Kevin taking over Galaxy Farm when he grows up? Think it'd work out? That's up to Kevin. Good point. Guess I'm getting too far ahead of myself. What's important is that Kevin's happy and healthy and all that. Lydia's upset. Ready for bed, Kevin? I like how Kevin has my old bed. Okay, gonna go nighty-night. I hope you get some rest too. You deserve it. Good night. Nighty-night. Thank you, Jess. Somebody loves me. Branching. I guess that's the new chapter. Greasy. Hey. All right. Journal. Still got some time. Okay. Spring 1. Today's festival is New Year's, 10 to 5 at the villa. Everyone bring a dish, okay. Spring is cow. Look, Lydia, do you love me yet? Do you love me? What, Jess? I know, I'm scared to go outside and check the crops. I'm gonna cook real quick, though. Recipe. Soup. We'll bring a soup. I don't have anything in my pockets. I need to put things in my pockets before I can cook. Oh, I have a bathroom and a toilet and a bathtub now. Yay! Follower emotes for Jess! This is his toy box. He has a singular toy. Drawing pad. He's sleeping. No, I don't want to go to sleep. Okay. Oh. More cutscenes. Oh, he's talking about the thingy. Okay, an ad is gonna run here in just a second. So I'm gonna BRB. And then we will get back to this cutscene afterwards. So, BRB, stretch, get a snack. Ah! Besties! Oh my goodness. It's... It's the way that I barely even started, and Link's got me out here thinking somebody's knocking on my sliding glass door, and... Hi! Oh my goodness.
Pardon, Neb. I cannot sell any chariots today. Please forgive me. For a moment, I thought you were the sign of the Magi.
I do.
The lost protectors.
I am.
I do. I am.
Exactly.
What pains you, Rabbit?
My heart is broken. My...
Appreciate it. I'm on the roof. I've heard everything amidst my screams of terror. Yeah, as it goes. Oh! I don't know why I thought I could make that. Well.
Oh my god, oh my god. How are we all still here? How is no one
No.
How are they gonna determine who qualifies?
No. Some
No, 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 no!
me.
Are you serious?
Did we all?
Ah!
Oh, some asshole grabbed me. I couldn't fucking make it back on.
all?
We had like 5 seconds to survive, and someone
I
just
got grabbed
ruined
by an
it.
asshole.
Lydia, I think I can make this one. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I think I can make this one. I did it. I did it. Hey, Lydia. You think I can make this one? Sleepy just telling you to call him so me and Hoon stop having a stroke from listening to both of you. Hello?
Hey, so, so according to some lovely people in chat, they don't feel like listening to both of our streams at the same time. So I figured we could just... I figured if we just called, you would only have to listen to one stream. Come in,
All right.
Just for the sake of their convenience, if you want to call.
Sure, that's fine.
Alright, cool. Guys, this is Lumi.
Hi guys,
Shout
we
out.
got Sleepy in stream right now, live. This is hilarious.
I didn't want to inconvenience chat, you know.
No, it's fine. We could talk about our respective games at the same time. Let's do this.
Yeah.
No need to be puzzled.
Oh, I'm puzzled.
Time written before. You are surrounded by it.
I have not understood a single word that this person has said.
To your untrained mind, time might just look like paths and nodes. To us, it is not unlike a chalkboard covered in calculus. It reveals a window through which stretches the map.
Can I have my
to
skeleton back?
infinity. Yeah, see? As I speak of it in its true form.
Besties, if you want me to RR in your ear, $5 please, thank you.
Do it, you won't regret it.
You won't regret it. There are also other prizes. Welcome back. Welcome back from Adland. Thank you for Captain Manpine Man, yes. And Lydia, I'm so sorry for your PTSD of me jumping off of roofs. I will be playing another Assassin's Creed at some point, so it'll just continue to happen for the rest of eternity. You're welcome. Mistress Romana will be holding a New Year. We'll be holding a New Year's celebration at the villa today. Betty, good morning. Nope, I cut off the Ara Ara. You do not get Ara Ara. How are you doing, Benny? Long time no see. I sought you out in order to extend an invitation. Who farted? Who farted? Excuse you, Jessica. It would be our greatest pleasure to have you take part in the festivities. We will be receiving guests from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m., so please come by. I still have crops. They're alive. I can see them from here. A roof jump counter? Absolutely. Ah yes, every year our guests bring their culinary creations to the party. A potluck, if you will. I recognize that it may be difficult for you to procure a suitable contribution on such short notice, but in order to extend a I do hope that you might exercise your culinary talents anyway. No, ara ara. $5. Tip me $5 and you get ara ara. That's the rules. Well then, we shall await your arrival. Remember, please come to the villa between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. You want ara ara? $5. And if possible, bring a contribution of some sort to share. Now, if you will excuse me. Newfound family. And some money. Excuse you, Benny. Okay, so my carrots died. That's sad. But these potatoes survived. That's good. Okay. At least I got my taters. No carrots, though. Actually, let me bring these guys outside. You're a cowboy. Several years have passed, but also not. Because my crops survived, but I have a child who's like 3. Capman Patman. Oh my god! My animals are still alive and they don't hate me. It's the magic of time. The Catman Pie Man context. Sleepy and I were playing Fortnite, as we do. And he was Captain America. And they had the Spider-Man glove tool. And Sleepy just likes to make funny voices. And so he would tell me a story about how he's Capman. Kappa, big strong man, Capman, go hero, whoosh, with Spider-Man glove. Capman is Spider-Man. You know, stuff like that. That's Capman Spider-Man context. In a very small nutshell. Wake up, please. I need to milk and brush. Milk and brush, please. We match. I am Cowprint. Farm lady. How much milk you give me? Do I need to make you have baby? Ooh, rainbow milk. That's new. And then I just asked him to record him saying Catman Pie Man because it made me laugh so much. Oh, my love. Hey, morning. Grass grows really well here, probably because it gets plenty of sun and air. On days like these, I try to spend as much time outside as I can. The weather's perfect, and the fresh air is good for my health, too. I don't know if he's supposed to, like, help you with your farm or not. That's from our farm, right? I can't really tell the difference in flavor with dairy products, but can I have some? A yes. Awesome, I'll give it a taste test later. It's not the best milk, because I want to make some money off the best milk. Vesta grows tomatoes, watermelons, and potatoes this time of year. Cool, I know what seeds to get then. Shaky? Nope, they're just flowers, not actual bananas. I think these are both strawberry crops. Fertilize. Okay. I don't... Lumi, sane adult. Strimmer mama. Learn, like showing his feet. Weird is short. Forma, yeah, okay, if I could say anything much without getting in trouble. Crane. Howdy, y'all. Ara, and pretty pink gamer girl Manny. Splat, Viper, Snick. Is this just a list of your streamer friends and how you describe them? Let me in the house. Okay, so my son is not in bed anymore. There he is. Mama, hi. Okay. I'm with Mama. This is so freaking cute. Can I give you anything? Do you accept? Oh, that's my favorite. Milk, so tasty. I don't know if I can actually do anything with that. List of close streamer friends that have been active at least a bit lately. Nice. I'll make a milky soup to bring to the festival. Oops. Give him the whole container. There you go, kid. Chug. No, not throw it. I will not be throwing my child, Lydia. Drop on head, say whoops. Oh, nothing here. Nothing there. Nothing anywhere. What are they looking for? We're looking for wonders. You know, wonderful stuff. Do you know where to find some? No? Is that wonderful? Yes, it's a cow. Nuh-uh. Nope. Too bad. We gotta look somewhere else. Off to search we go. Looking high and low. I will be ending stream here in a few minutes because I got to get to work, Jess. So if I don't see you before I end, I love you, goodbye. Okay, let's go do that festival real quick, shall we? Oh, who's this? Kate. Hiya, you're a farmer. That farmer Lumi, right? Working hard? Whose child are you? Isn't there anything fun to do around here? Literally, whose child are you? I know, boo work. He wants a potato and herbal soup. Okay. Wait, is there more requests? Oh, there is. Pickled veggies. Okay. Oh, that's right, a new family moved in. Welcome back, Shark. A new family. That's right, this house is new now. I forgot. I think Kate is technically like a little love interest for my child, I think. At the very least, it's a friend. Let's do the festival. Let's do it. Ah, Lumi, it is a pleasure to see you. Let us celebrate the new year together. By the by, have you brought a culinary contribution to share with everyone? Milk soup! That's just all I had in my pocket. So, milk soup. My word. Thank you very much. I'm certain everyone will enjoy this. We can all take a teeny tiny sip and pass the cup around. Your family seems to have arrived as well. Oh, cute! Look at, oh, and the little runner kid has grown up. He's less tiny now. And Lumina grew up and she cut her hair. She's behind me. Lumina! Thank you all for coming here today. Our New Year's festival is now officially begun. Ugh. Yeah, this older gentleman and his tiny daughter are new to the village this year. I am tired. I've been up since 5. Look at my little child having a social conversation. Well now, should we see what everyone has brought? Lumi made the tiny milk soup. I'm glad you took the time to bring something. Thank you. It's at least good, I hope. I think we've carried on long enough. Time to call it a day. Happy New Year, everyone. Beep, beep. I want to go see if the dig site has grown before I end stream today. Because I'm curious and I need to know right now. Oh yeah, the elder folks have moved. Oh, wait. Oh, it's just you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does it really happen that fast? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. It does. Spoilers. Nina passes away at the end of year 1. I thought she lasted longer than that, but she did not. So Gary built himself this little house over here in seclusion, and her little gravestone with a bench, so that he can hang out with her. And he is just kind of sad for a while. So I'm gonna spend some time befriending him as time goes on, so that I can hopefully lift his spirits a little bit. Oh! Laura and a raccoon. What a nice, refreshing day. It's super easy to relax on a day like this. In fact, all I feel like doing is a whole lot of nothing. Girl, same. But I can't afford to waste time either. I should get back to work soon. They're both just digging. I wonder what I should make for dinner tonight. It's not like the professor's all that picky about his food, so I'm not really sure what to make. Maybe something with fish? I could do something else too, though. The raccoon is listening intently. Oh no! I'm sorry about your chat room. I actually have not had any internet issues today, and I'm really thankful for that. Gosh, it's so peaceful today. I just want to go into the freaking dig site, man. I want to see if it's bigger. It is! I knew it! I knew it. Okay, I will save. Peaceful. Thank you, Mint. No, right. You're gonna break my neck at the end of the day, aren't you? Was this your goal all along, is to break my neck at the end of stream? Because that's probably what's happening right now. Oh, would you look at that? Neck broke. We're just gonna go whoop, whoop. Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you for the link. I will check that out. Okay. So, let me find somebody to raid. Hold on. Looks like Freddy is another respawn recruit who is currently streaming. So I will be raiding into Freddy VT. Let's go ahead. Where's my OBS? There it is. Raid Freddy VT. Okay, everybody. Thank you, Lydia. Everybody grab the raid message that you can use, whether subscriber or follower. And we're going to send some love over to another respawn recruit, Freddy. Please be kind. Spread the Stardust love. Have a great rest of your day. And I hope that I can make it into the top 150, and you'll all know if I do. Okay? Love you, and goodbye.